Yeah, thanks for joining us for our first working from home session with Dan and Jake. I'm Dan, this is Jake.
Hey everybody.
We are both at Formlabs. I've been with the company about 4 years now. Started on the services team, now community manager on marketing.
Yeah, and I've been with Formlabs just over 3 years, and I work on the services team and conduct Formlabs Pro Services training. So if you have a Pro Service plan or you join us for our weekly Form 3 webinars, I am the person conducting those.
Great. So yeah, we're stuck at home like everyone else. Luckily, we happen to live together and have access to 3D printers, which is great. But we wanted to set up a kind of loose Q&A time with users at home, anyone else who wants to tune in, where we can sort of talk about how we're handling printing during the coronavirus, whether that's how to get IPA, how to finish stuff, how to set up a printer, set up at home, or painting, or all kinds of stuff. So we're here to answer your questions. We've also got some stuff we can talk about on our own. We've got a little list put together, but yeah, we've got some. Yeah, great. Got some folks in here. Awesome. Jake, I think as we get started, maybe
Sure.
just like what you decided to take home in order to do a printer setup at home.
Absolutely. So I was able to take home our training printer and kit. So the Formlabs complete package, or basic package, is the Form 3 printer that you can see here behind me, the Form Cure unit, as well as the Form Wash and the finishing station. Those last three items I mentioned are part of the post-processing kit that you get with the printer. The Form Cure is an automated post-curing solution. It's a UV curing chamber that has ultraviolet light and heat, and a little turntable so that you can get an even cure on your parts. Post-curing of parts allows you to change the mechanical properties of the printed object, so I brought that home so that I could experiment with some of our new materials. We just released TUF 1500 and TUF 2000, two materials that are great analogs for different industry standard plastics. And those are materials that I use because I, along with working for Formlabs, am a toy designer. As you can see behind me, I've got a shelf of toys here. I like to collect orange toys. Some of them are objects that I have made. Others are items that were made by members of our community. I'll show you that in a little bit. But I brought home those materials so that I could work with them because they reflect the materials that are used in toy production. So the Form Cure helps with that. The Form Wash is our automated post-washing station that ordinarily you fill with isopropyl alcohol to wash your parts after printing them. In our case right now, with the corona pandemic going on, isopropyl alcohol is in short supply and is in the hands of much needed medical professionals so that they can help sanitize equipment and treat patients that are conducting the coronavirus. So you may find it difficult to get isopropyl alcohol from your ordinary sources, especially from retail locations such as the drugstore, where you might ordinarily find it. It's hard to find at hardware stores in larger quantities as well. So I wanted to address a little bit what I'm doing to overcome the issue of finding isopropyl alcohol and using it in large quantities. I also have set up a painting station that I can use to post-process and paint my parts after printing them. So we'll show you that in a little bit, how you can get started for like just under $200. You can start with an at-home painting station if that is of interest to you.
Great.
All right, well, welcome back everybody. Jake here again. I'm showing you my finishing station that I set up in lieu of having all of our equipment at the office. What I've got here going from camera right to left is the Formlabs finishing kit. I'll move that over here so you can see a little bit. That's two tubs that you can fill with isopropyl alcohol in smaller volume than the Form Cure. The Form Cure, for reference, that's our post-washing station. That takes about 7 liters of isopropyl alcohol, which can be really difficult to track down these days while it's being used during the coronavirus pandemic. So instead, I've been using a different cleaner, which I'll show you in a minute. Next to that, you're going to see this white unit here is an ultrasonic cleaner. Pretty inexpensive. I got this for $60 on Amazon. There's plenty of them you can get from local hardware stores. Harbor Freight sells them, as well as any online retailer. They're typically used to clean jewelry. So if you go into a jewelry store or a pawn shop, you'll often see these behind the counter. They're used to clean Rolexes and engagement rings. So you can find those, and that will vibrate your parts at an ultrasonic frequency with whatever cleaning solution. Some people use warm soap and water. I'm using a different cleaning solution. And then beyond that, you're going to see the form cure. This is our post-processing, post-curing station. Right now it's heating up and curing. You'll see the violet lights here. Those are in the ultraviolet spectrum, and those will help post-cure the parts with the help of heat as a catalyst. So before the stream started, I let it heat up to 60 degrees Celsius. It's now kicked on, and I've got some parts that are in there rotating around and curing. And then finally here, this is a painting station, a fume hood that I bought. So what it's got is a VOC filter in the back to collect any microparticles of paint or propellant that come out of the aerosols and airbrush that I'm using. And then this vents through a window outside that is vented. So this allows me for $100 to set up a painting station so that I can paint indoors without concern of fumes getting everywhere and lingering in the air after I've painted items. Also, if I'm working with alcohol, it's nice to have a hood like that. You can get larger hoods or construct one of your own to put your form wash in if you're interested in lowering the fumes from isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, other concerns that folks may have is something like noise with having a Form 3 in your house, and that's a totally reasonable thing to think about. A working Form 3, I would say, is roughly as loud as like maybe a louder working microwave or something like that.
Yeah, it's
sort
gonna
of
be
that kind of range.
like a low hum. It's going to be a little bit higher pitched than the hum of a microwave, but at about that frequency. The one thing you'll note with the Form 3 is when the tank is tensioned, which happens at the start and midpoint of every print, there is a high-pitched kind of sound as that tensioner is activated. It's not going to make that sound for the duration of the print, only for about a 2-second period at the beginning and end of every print. So keep that in mind.
Occasionally at 1 a.m.
Yes.
In our house right now, I will hear that noise
that sound.
Think, oh, that's what that is.
I would also say that our ability to scale up regarding these test kits is really a virtue of Formlabs' model of having one printer, one mechanical device that has a wide variety of applications. And to keep in mind that if you've got one of these printers and you are thinking about how to utilize it even beyond the kind of corona concerns, keep in mind that the Form 3 or the Form 2 before it can use a wide variety of materials, and you have so many possibilities under your belt just by virtue of having a Formlabs product. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, I'd recommend you go to our materials page on our website, check out all the different materials and use cases there. I, for one, am really happy to have one of these printers so that if I want to get into jewelry making or if I want to start making flexible items, if something comes up with a toy design I'm doing and I need a flexible cape, something like that, I'm able to pivot just by changing out the resin cartridge and tank and then transform my printer into a totally different application.
Jake, if you want to say a little bit about what your job is at Formlabs and why it's helpful to have all those options here.
Absolutely. So in addition to doing this sort of stuff, I do video training for our Pro Service Plan customers as well as phone support. So if anyone calls in and they're having an issue with the printer, I'm able to take a look at my printer here, navigate the touchscreen along with them so that I'm seeing the same thing that they are, kind of verbalize the printer repair process if necessary, but also to print out parts. If a customer has a part that's not printing properly, I can print it on my end and see if I'm able to replicate those results or to get us closer to making a determination that their printer is having an issue mechanically.
Yeah, essentially a remote work on a computer, but with the printer.
With the printer, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to have the hardware that we're supporting at hand.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And yeah, we've heard from a lot of our customers that they're bringing home 2 or 3 printers at a time, building little farms. One of our interns, Thomas, who might be watching right now, drove into the office right as all this started and took a bunch of hardware home and has set up, and he's running our kind of marketing prints out of his bedroom right now, which is super awesome.
It's the virtue of desktop printing.
Yes, right, exactly. Yeah. I should have mentioned before, the way you can find all our resources for all the digital content we're doing right now is to go to formlabs.com/formlabs-sessions. There you'll find links to all the webinars we're doing, webinars coming up, you can sign up for them. Webinars that have already happened, you can register for them and get a recording, which is really awesome. Last week on Thursday, we had a webinar on office hours with Dr. Sean Wise, the head of Repliform, who does a bunch of awesome electroplating work, and he gave a really great presentation about all the intricacies that go into that whole process.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a really exciting time. We're trying to make it work. We appreciate everyone bearing with us as we figure all our technical issues out. I've never streamed on Twitch before today, so it was an adventure to get all this stuff figured out.
One concern that some users have is even if they're able to get isopropyl alcohol, even in small quantities, maybe your local drugstore has some alcohol, but just small, like 1 quart bottles of it, is they feel apprehensive using the Form Wash because it's such a large volume of alcohol. What I would say is every one of you who purchased a Form Wash also got a Formlabs finishing station, which is ostensibly a Tupperware with a lid. If you have access to Tupperware, feel free to use alcohol in smaller quantities in that. Being able to wash your parts is better than being out in the cold with printing, which is why I addressed the alternate cleaning solutions I did, but small amounts of alcohol go a long way. What I would recommend is still to wash your parts in something more inexpensive like warm soapy water to get away most of that resin from the surface, and then use your precious alcohol just to do a scrub cleaning.
Slow down that saturation
exactly.
as much as you
Exactly.
possibly
Yep.
can.
Yep.
That actually reminded me. On our forums, which I recommend everyone check out at forum.formlabs.com.
I would say our community on our forums is great. Dan's a moderator there, a community manager for our forums, and people are having these kind of conversations over there, and you have a really brilliant community of engineers and entrepreneurs all working together to solve these issues. So my recommendations today are just one recommendation out there, but I was able to come to these conclusions through some of the help of our user forum. So definitely spend some time there if you have some questions.
Absolutely.
The other thing I'd say is if you go over to any of our social channels, whether it's Twitter or Instagram, James, who runs that side of things, does a great job of showcasing the work that you are doing as users, and I would recommend getting in touch. We have a call out there to see people's work from home stations like my own. So if you want to take a photo or a video of what you're doing to use your Formlabs products while you're home, or the projects you're working on, James always loves to showcase users like that. So feel free to get in touch via those social channels, just at Formlabs, and he'll help you out there.
Awesome.
So Remote Start is a feature that was implemented late last year for the Form 3. It's not available for the Form 2, but the Form 3 allows you to do a pre-print check when you're at your workstation. So let's say you have you're able to get into your office right now and you want to start a print, but you're working from home. What you can do is go to the touchscreen of the printer, and on the home screen, there's a button in the bottom left-hand corner that says Prime. If you hit that Prime button, what it'll do is the printer will ask you to check to make sure your resin tank, your resin cartridge, and your build platform are installed. You confirm that each and every one of those is installed and give it the green light. So long as that printer is connected to a network and you've got it registered with our dashboard service, you can then go to Preform from any location, send your job to the printer, and it will print as soon as it receives the print information from Preform. So prime your prints, make sure all your stuff is in there, and then start remotely via dashboard.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's so many little features we've introduced that could help during this time and
absolutely.
that haven't been thought about for this.
Absolutely. Yep.
Which is interesting. Awesome. We're kind of coming down to it on time, so I'll give another plug to everything we're doing. Like I said, formlabs.com/formlabs-sessions is our kind of main hub for all the content we're doing right now. Please sign up. If there is any content you out there want to see from us that would help you, like the content we've been talking about here today, help you do your work better at home. We want people to be able to keep printing. Please let us know. Reach out to us on any social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We will absolutely take that feedback along and pass it up the chain so we can do more of this awesome stuff for everyone. Yeah, thanks so much for your time, Jake. This was awesome. Yeah, we will be doing more of these later, probably more software-focused stuff in the future, which will be really exciting. Maybe some Preform, maybe some ZBrush, maybe some CAD software. It'll be really great. Awesome. thanks everyone. Thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it. This was a good first test for us, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Stay healthy. Wash your hands.
Yeah.